Sophia thrived amidst the urban chaos. The city was her muse, a symphony of sounds and colors that ignited her soul. Her tiny apartment, nestled above a bustling bakery, overflowed with canvases, brushes, and the intoxicating scent of oil paints. Each stroke she painted pulsed with the city's rhythm, echoing its energy and its secrets. Sophia poured her heart onto each canvas, capturing the essence of life in all its raw beauty. Her art was her voice, a vibrant tapestry woven from the threads of her experiences. The city was her sanctuary, a place where dreams took flight amidst the towering skyscrapers. Sophia found solace in the anonymity of the crowds, yet yearned for a connection that transcended the superficiality of city life. Little did she know, fate had a serendipitous encounter in store for her, one that would forever alter the trajectory of her life. Ethan entered Sophia's life like a breath of fresh air, a stark contrast to the city's frenetic energy. The city, with its towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, often felt overwhelming to Sophia. She had grown accustomed to the constant noise, the hurried pace, and the endless sea of faces. Yet, amidst this chaos, Ethan's presence was like a serene oasis. His calm demeanor and thoughtful nature provided a much-needed respite from the relentless urban grind. A quiet, contemplative writer, he sought refuge in the written word, finding solace in crafting stories that transported readers to distant lands. Ethan's apartment was a sanctuary of sorts, filled with bookshelves that reached the ceiling, each shelf brimming with novels, poetry, and ancient tomes. The scent of old paper and ink was ever present, a comforting reminder of the worlds he could escape to whenever reality became too harsh. His desk, cluttered with notebooks and pens, was where he spent countless hours lost in his imagination, weaving tales that spoke of love, adventure, and the human condition. Their paths crossed in a crowded art gallery, drawn together by an invisible force. Sophia, captivated by the depth in Ethan's eyes, found herself drawn to his gentle nature, a soothing balm to her fiery spirit. The gallery was a maze of colors and emotions, each painting telling a story of its own. Sophia had always been passionate about art, finding it to be a powerful medium of expression. As she wandered through the gallery, her eyes met Ethan's, and in that moment, it was as if time stood still. There was an unspoken understanding between them, a recognition of kindred spirits. Their connection was instant, a shared language that transcended words. They spent hours lost in conversation, their souls entwined as they discovered hidden depths within each other. They talked about their dreams, their fears, and their pasts. Ethan shared stories of his childhood, growing up in a small town where everyone knew each other. Sophia spoke of her travels, the places she had seen, and the people she had met. They found comfort in each other's presence, a sense of belonging that neither had felt in a long time. Ethan, captivated by Sophia's passion and her ability to find beauty in the mundane, saw the world through her eyes, his own perspective enriched by her vibrant spirit. Sophia had a way of seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary. She would point out the intricate patterns in the leaves of a tree, the way the light danced on the surface of a pond, or the subtle hues in a sunset. Her enthusiasm was infectious, and Ethan found himself noticing things he had never paid attention to before. He began to appreciate the small moments, the fleeting beauty that often went unnoticed. Their love story unfolded like a delicate flower blooming in the concrete jungle, a testament to the enduring power of connection. Despite the challenges and the chaos of the city, their love thrived. They supported each other through thick and thin, finding strength in their bond. They explored the city together, discovering hidden gems and creating memories that would last a lifetime. Their love was a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the most unlikely of places, beauty and connection could flourish. As their relationship deepened, they began to share more of their lives with each other. Ethan introduced Sophia to his favorite books and authors, and they would spend evenings reading together, discussing the themes and characters that resonated with them. Sophia, in turn, took Ethan to art exhibitions and introduced him to her favorite artists. They found joy in sharing their passions, and their bond grew stronger with each passing day. One evening, as they sat on the rooftop of Ethan's apartment building, watching the city lights twinkle below, Ethan turned to Sophia and said, "You know, I never thought I would find someone who understands me the way you do." Sophia smiled, her eyes reflecting the city lights. "I feel the same way," she replied. "It's like we were meant to find each other." Their love was not without its challenges. There were moments of doubt and insecurity, times when the pressures of life threatened to pull them apart. But through it all, they remained committed to each other, finding solace in their shared connection. They learned to communicate openly and honestly, to support each other through the highs and lows. As the seasons changed, so did their relationship. They grew together, evolving as individuals and as a couple. They celebrated each other's successes and provided comfort during times of failure. Their love was a constant, a source of strength and inspiration. One day, as they walked hand in hand through a park, Ethan stopped and turned to Sophia. "I have something to ask you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. Sophia looked at him, her heart pounding in her chest. "What is it?" she asked. Ethan took a deep breath and reached into his pocket, pulling out a small box. "Sophia, will you marry me?" he asked, his eyes filled with love and hope. Tears welled up in Sophia's eyes as she nodded. "Yes, Ethan, I will," she replied, her voice choked with emotion. Ethan slipped the ring onto her finger and they embraced, their hearts full of joy and love. Their wedding was a celebration of their journey together, a testament to the love and connection they had found. Surrounded by family and friends, they exchanged vows, promising to support and cherish each other for the rest of their lives. It was a day filled with laughter, tears, and heartfelt moments, a reflection of the love they shared. As they embarked on this new chapter of their lives, they knew that their love would continue to grow and evolve. They were excited for the future, for the adventures and challenges that lay ahead. Together, they would face whatever came their way, their love a guiding light in the darkness. Ethan and Sophia's whirlwind romance was a beautiful reminder of the power of connection, of the magic that can happen when two souls find each other in the chaos of life. Their love story was a testament to the enduring power of love, a beacon of hope in a world that often feels overwhelming. And as they walked hand in hand into the future, they knew that their love would continue to bloom, a delicate flower in the concrete jungle. Their whirlwind romance faced opposition from the start. Sophia's family, skeptical of Ethan's quiet demeanor and artistic pursuits, questioned his ability to provide for their daughter. Ethan's family, steeped in tradition, struggled to accept Sophia's free-spirited nature and unconventional lifestyle. The weight of their family's disapproval cast a shadow over their happiness, testing the strength of their bond. Despite the external pressures, a deeper unease began to stir within Sophia. Ethan, usually an open book, became withdrawn, his silences filled with unspoken words. She noticed fleeting moments of distance in his gaze, a flicker of guilt that he tried in vain to conceal. Sophia, her intuition screaming warnings, couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss, a growing fear that threatened to shatter the fragile foundation of their love. Elena lived in a world of words. She was a dreamer, a romantic at heart. From a young age, she found solace in the pages of books where she could escape the mundane reality of everyday life. Her imagination was a vast, boundless landscape where she could explore endless possibilities and create her own narratives. She often spent hours in her room, surrounded by stacks of novels, her mind wandering through the intricate plots and vivid characters that filled the pages. Her love for literature was not just a hobby, it was a lifeline, a way to connect with the world and understand her own emotions. Her days were spent lost in the pages of classic literature. She longed to create stories as captivating as the one she devoured. The works of Austen, Bronte, and Dickens were her constant companions, their timeless tales of love, loss, and redemption resonating deeply within her. She admired the way these authors could evoke such powerful emotions with their words, and she aspired to do the same. Elena would often find herself daydreaming about the characters she read about, imagining new adventures for them, or wondering how they would react to modern-day situations. Her mind was a treasure trove of ideas, each one waiting to be brought to life on the page. Yet, a veil of sadness seemed to follow her. A past love, a painful heartbreak had left an unfillable void. The memories of happier times haunted her, and she often found herself reminiscing about the love she had lost. The pain of that loss was a constant ache, a reminder of the fragility of happiness. Despite her efforts to move on, the shadow of that heartbreak lingered, casting a pall over her otherwise vibrant world. She would often sit by the window, staring out at the bustling city below, lost in thought as she replayed moments from her past over and over again in her mind. She poured her emotions into her writing. Each word was infused with a bittersweet longing for a love that would last. Writing became her therapy, a way to process her feelings and make sense of her pain. She would spend hours at her desk, her pen moving furiously across the paper as she channeled her heartache into her stories. Her characters often mirrored her own experiences, their struggles and triumphs reflecting her own journey. Through her writing, she found a way to express the depth of her emotions, to give voice to the pain and longing that she felt so deeply. Elena found solace in the quiet solitude of her small apartment overlooking the bustling city. The rhythmic clatter of her antique typewriter was a comforting melody. Her apartment was her sanctuary, a place where she could retreat from the chaos of the outside world and immerse herself in her writing. The view from her window provided endless inspiration, the ever-changing cityscape a reminder of the constant ebb and flow of life. She would often sit at her desk late into the night, the soft glow of her desk lamp casting a warm light over her workspace as she typed away, lost in her own world. She wrote about love lost and found, about hope and despair, about the resilience of the human spirit. Each story was a piece of her soul, a testament to her belief in the enduring power of love. Her writing was a reflection of her own journey, a way to explore the complexities of the human experience and find meaning in her own struggles. She believed that through her stories she could connect with others who had experienced similar pain, offering them a sense of solace and understanding. Her words were a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, love and resilience could prevail. Elena also found comfort in the company of fellow writers. She joined a local writers group where she could share her work and receive feedback from others who shared her passion for storytelling. The group met once a week in a cozy, book-lined cafe, the air filled with the scent of freshly brewed coffee and the soft murmur of conversation. These meetings were a highlight of her week, a chance to connect with like-minded individuals and draw inspiration from their stories. The support and encouragement she received from the group were invaluable, helping her to grow as a writer and gain confidence in her abilities. In search of inspiration, Elena would often explore the city, visiting bookstores, parks, and cafes. She carried a small notebook with her at all times, jotting down ideas and observations as they came to her. The city was a constant source of inspiration, its vibrant energy and diverse inhabitants providing endless material for her stories. She loved to people-watch, imagining the lives and stories of the strangers she encountered. Each new experience, each fleeting moment, was a potential spark for a new story, a new character, a new adventure. As she reflected on her journey as a writer, Elena felt a sense of hope and determination. Despite the challenges and heartaches she had faced, she remained committed to her craft, driven by a deep-seated belief in the power of storytelling. She knew that her writing had the potential to touch the hearts of others, to offer them a sense of connection and understanding. And so she continued to write, pouring her heart and soul into each story, each word a testament to her enduring passion for the written word. With each completed manuscript, Elena felt a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. Her writing was not just a creative outlet, but a way to heal and grow. It was a journey of self-discovery, a way to navigate the complexities of her emotions and find meaning in her experiences. As she typed the final words of her latest story, she smiled, knowing that she had poured her heart into every page. Her journey as a writer was far from over, but she was grateful for the path she had chosen and for the stories that had become a part of her soul. Lucas was a man of precision and logic. Buildings were his canvases, their structures a testament to his meticulous nature. He found beauty in clean lines and geometric harmony. Beneath his confident exterior, however, Lucas carried the weight of a painful past. The loss of his parents at a young age had instilled in him a deep sense of responsibility. He channeled his grief into his work, finding solace in the tangible results of his efforts. Lucas had built walls around his heart, shielding himself from the vulnerability of love. He was content with his solitary existence, finding comfort in the predictability of his routine. Yet, deep down, a flicker of longing remained, a yearning for a connection that could penetrate the barriers he had so carefully erected. It was a stormy evening when their paths first crossed. Elena sat in her favorite cafe, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the scent of old books. The rain lashed against the window panes, creating a cozy atmosphere. Lucas, seeking refuge from the downpour, stepped inside. Their eyes met across the crowded room, a spark of recognition igniting between them. He approached her table, drawn by an invisible force. "Lucas, may I?" Elena, captivated by his piercing gaze, nodded silently. As they spoke, the storm outside raged on, oblivious to the quiet connection forming between them. They talked about their lives, their dreams, their fears. With each shared word, the barriers around their hearts began to crumble. Their initial encounter blossomed into a whirlwind romance. Lucas, captivated by Elena's warmth and intelligence, found himself drawn to her gentle spirit. Elena, in turn, was enchanted by his quiet strength and the vulnerability he revealed beneath his reserved exterior. They spent stolen moments together, exploring hidden corners of the city and sharing their hopes for the future. Lucas, inspired by Elena's passion for her writing, began to see the world through her eyes. He found beauty in the everyday moments, in the way the sunlight danced on the surface of a river or the sound of children's laughter in the park. Elena, encouraged by Lucas's unwavering support, poured her heart and soul into her writing. Her words flowed effortlessly, infused with the newfound joy and love she felt in his presence. The old oak tree stood witness, its gnarled branches a sprawling canopy over their childhood dreams. Oliver and Emily, two children bound by summer days and whispered secrets. They were inseparable, their laughter echoing through the fields of golden wheat. Each day was an adventure, building forts in the woods, sharing stolen cookies under the oak's shade. Innocent touch, holding hands as they ran, fearless and free, a bond forged in shared laughter, unspoken promises in their eyes. Summer evenings, fireflies painting the twilight. Oliver and Emily side by side, whispering dreams under the starlit sky. He promised her the moon, she promised him her heart. Two souls entwined, their destinies forever linked. Years tumbled by like fallen leaves, each season deepening their connection. Childhood games evolved into shared dreams, whispered secrets into heartfelt confessions. The playful affection transformed, a spark igniting between them. One warm spring day, beneath the watchful gaze of the old oak tree, Oliver held Emily's hand. Her heart pounded like a hummingbird's wings. He leaned in, their breaths mingling, and kissed her. The world bloomed anew. Their love, a secret language spoken in shy glances and stolen moments. They were each other's confidants, their love a sanctuary. But time, a relentless current, threatened to sweep them apart. Graduation arrived, a bittersweet symphony of endings and beginnings. Oliver, accepted into a prestigious university miles away, his dreams within reach. Emily, her heart torn, accepted a scholarship closer to home. Promises whispered under the old oak tree, now heavy with the weight of distance. Tears fell, mirroring the ache in their hearts. They vowed to stay connected, their love strong enough to bridge the miles. The world stretched out before them, filled with uncertainty and longing. Could their love survive the miles, the silence, the passing of time? Letters became their lifeline, handwritten words filled with longing and love, traversing the miles between them. They shared their hopes, their fears, their dreams. Each letter, a precious treasure, kept safe and reread countless times. Emily poured her soul onto paper, describing her days, her thoughts always drifting back to Oliver. His letters, filled with his quick wit and deep affection, were her solace. He wrote of his ambitions, his longing to return to her. Years passed, marked by the rhythm of their correspondence, their love, a constant flame, flickering in the wind of change, yet never extinguished. Life unfolded, a tapestry woven with moments of joy and sorrow. Emily, pursuing her passion for art, found solace in her creations. Oliver, excelling in his studies, never forgot the girl who held his heart. The ache of absence never truly faded. Stolen weekends, hurried visits, filled with stolen kisses and whispered promises. They clung to each other, their love a beacon in the darkness. Through it all, the old oak tree stood sentinel, a silent witness to their enduring love, its roots deep in the earth mirroring the depth of their bond. Finally, the long-awaited day arrived. Oliver, his studies complete, returned to their hometown. Years had passed, yet the moment he saw Emily, his heart recognized its other half. They met beneath the old oak tree, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight. Time seemed to stand still. The years melted away, leaving only the two of them, their love a tangible presence. Their reunion was a tapestry woven from moonlight and memories. They talked through the night, catching up on lost time, their love story unfolding anew. Distance had tested their love, but it had not diminished it. In fact, it had refined it, burned away any impurities, leaving only a pure, enduring flame. They fell back into step with each other, their love a familiar comfort. Oliver, now a successful architect, found inspiration in Emily's artistic spirit. She, in turn, was his muse, his anchor. They supported each other's dreams, their love a source of strength and unwavering belief. Their love story, once a tale whispered on the wind, was now a testament to the enduring power of the human heart. They built a life together, brick by brick, dream by shared dream. Their love, the foundation upon which they built their future. A cozy cottage on the outskirts of town filled with laughter and the scent of freshly baked bread. Their wedding day dawned bright and beautiful. Beneath the old oak tree they pledged their love, their vows echoing the promises whispered in their youth. Their families and friends gathered around them, bore witness to a love that had weathered the storms of time and distance. Life was not without its challenges, but they faced them together, their love a constant source of strength and support. Years turned into decades, their hair turned silver, their faces etched with the lines of time and shared laughter. They weathered life's storms together, their love an unyielding anchor. Through it all, the old oak tree stood sentinel, its branches reaching towards the heavens, a symbol of their enduring bond. They often sat beneath its shade, hand in hand, reminiscing about their life together. Their love story had become a legend in their small town, a testament to the power of enduring love. And so it was that as the sun began its final descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the world seemed to hold its breath. The day was coming to an end, but for Oliver and Emily, it was the beginning of an eternal journey. Casting long shadows across the land, the golden hour light bathed everything in a warm, ethereal glow. It was as if nature itself was paying homage to their love story. Oliver and Emily, their lives intertwined like the roots of the old oak tree, took their final breaths, their hands clasped together. They had faced countless challenges, weathered many storms, but their love had only grown stronger with each passing day. Their love story, a testament to the enduring power of the human heart, was not just a tale of romance, but one of resilience, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment. They had built a life together, brick by brick, moment by moment, creating a legacy that would outlive them. Lived on in the whispers of the wind through the leaves of the old oak tree, a tree that had witnessed their first kiss, their shared dreams, and their silent promises. The tree stood as a silent guardian of their memories, its branches swaying gently as if whispering their love story to the world, a beacon of hope for generations to come. Their love, eternal, unbreakable, was a guiding light for those who sought to understand the true meaning of devotion. It was a love that inspired others to believe in the possibility of forever, a bond that transcended time itself. It was a love that defied the boundaries of life and death, a connection so profound that it could not be severed by the mere passage of time. Their souls were intertwined, destined to be together for all eternity. For Oliver and Emily had discovered the greatest truth of all, that love, true love, never dies. It is a force that transcends the physical realm, a bond that remains unbroken even in the face of life's greatest challenges. Their love was a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. It lives on in the memories we cherish, the stories we tell, and the hearts it forever touched. Their love story was passed down through generations, a tale of two souls who found each other and never let go. It was a story that inspired hope, faith, and the belief that true love is possible, and the hearts it forever touched. Their love was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, love can be a guiding light, a source of strength, and a beacon of hope. It was a love that transcended time, a bond that could never be broken, a testament to the enduring power of the human heart.
Clara and Daniel. A love story whispered on subway platforms, declared from skyscraper rooftops. They met in the heart of New York, a chance encounter in a city of millions. He, a driven architect sketching dreams in steel and glass. She, a writer, her soul poured into words that danced on the page. Their love was a whirlwind, a passionate dance under the city lights. They were young, ambitious, and hopelessly devoted. Their laughter echoed through cozy cafes and Central Park strolls. They were each other's muse, confidant, and lover. Theirs was a love story for the ages. Their tiny Brooklyn apartment buzzed with life, filled with the aroma of her latest baking experiment and the crinkle of his blueprints spread across the table. He'd surprise her with tickets to Broadway shows. She'd leave him handwritten notes tucked into his briefcase. They built a world within their world, a sanctuary against the city's relentless pulse. They were invincible, or so they believed, their love a shield against anything life threw their way. Years passed, seasons changed, and the city continued its relentless churn. Their careers blossomed, each success pulling them further into their respective worlds. He, consumed by deadlines, late nights at the office, the allure of prestigious projects. She, wrestling with writer's block, the solitude of her craft, the pressure to replicate early triumphs. The laughter became less frequent, the silences longer, their conversations filled with the mundane details of separate lives. The spark, once an inferno, dwindled to embers. Date nights became takeout on the couch, his eyes glued to his phone, hers lost in the pages of a book. They were like ships passing in the night, a fleeting glimpse of familiarity in the vast ocean of their lives. Resentment crept in, a silent poison seeping into the foundation of their love. They were both changing, growing but in different directions, the distance between them widening with each passing day. Daniel's firm landed a major project, a skyscraper that would redefine the city skyline. It consumed him, his days and nights spent in a whirlwind of meetings, site visits, and endless phone calls. He thrived on the pressure, the adrenaline rush of bringing such a monumental vision to life. But with each success came a growing detachment from Clara and the life they had built. He found solace in the admiration of his colleagues, the crisp efficiency of the corporate world. There was a new confidence in his stride, a glint in his eye that Clara hadn't seen in years. He brought home expensive gifts, booked lavish vacations, but it felt more like an apology than a celebration. He was trying to fill the void with material possessions, but the emotional connection was fading with each passing day. The affair began subtly, a shared laugh over late-night deadlines, a stolen glance across the conference table. She was a colleague, ambitious, sophisticated, and drawn to Daniel's quiet intensity. He found in her the admiration and understanding that were lacking at home. Their conversations were easy, their shared ambition a heady cocktail. He justified it as harmless flirtation, a way to feel alive again. One night, fueled by champagne and the thrill of a successful presentation, lines blurred. Guilt gnawed at him, but it was quickly overshadowed by the intoxicating rush of this forbidden romance. He was lost in a labyrinth of his own making, the walls of his love for Clara crumbling with each stolen moment. The betrayal cut deep, a wound that shattered the fragile remnants of their once unbreakable bond. Clara sensed the change in Daniel, the faint scent of another woman's perfume, the unanswered texts, the late nights that stretched into dawn. She confronted him, her voice trembling with a mixture of anger and heartbreak. He denied it at first, the lies flowing easily, but the guilt etched on his face betrayed him. The truth spilled out, a torrent of confessions and justifications that shattered Clara's world. Their apartment, once a sanctuary, became a battleground. Accusations flew, tears flowed, and the raw pain of betrayal echoed through the empty rooms. The love they had so carefully nurtured over the years lay in ruins, suffocated by lies and deceit. The city outside continued its relentless hum, oblivious to the devastation unfolding within the walls of their tiny apartment. The days after the revelation were a blur of numbness and pain. Clara moved through life in a daze, the vibrant city now a desolate landscape reflecting her inner turmoil. She poured her heartbreak onto the page, her words a raw and honest reflection of her pain. Writing became her therapy, a way to confront the storm raging within. She sought solace in the company of friends, their unwavering support a lifeline in her time of need. They reminded her of her strength, her resilience, and the fierce independence that had always defined her. She started taking long walks through the city, rediscovering its hidden corners and finding comfort in the anonymity of the crowds. She was picking up the pieces of her shattered heart, slowly but surely rebuilding her life, brick by painful brick. Forgiveness, Clara realized, was not about condoning Daniel's actions, but about freeing herself from the shackles of bitterness. It was a long and arduous process, filled with setbacks and moments of crippling doubt. She vacillated between anger and sadness, struggling to reconcile the man she thought she knew with the one who had shattered her heart. She sought professional help, the therapist's office a safe space to unpack the emotional baggage of betrayal. She learned to acknowledge her own role in the demise of their relationship, the ways in which they had both changed and grown apart. Forgiveness, she realized, was not a destination, but a journey, a winding path that she had to navigate at her own pace. Daniel, consumed by guilt and regret, tried to salvage the relationship. He showered Clara with apologies, promises, and grand gestures, but the damage was too deep to repair. The trust was irrevocably broken, the foundation of their love reduced to rubble. He realized, with a sinking heart, that he had made a colossal mistake, one that had cost him the love of his life. He threw himself into his work, seeking solace in the familiar comfort of deadlines and blueprints. The success that had once seemed so alluring now felt hollow, a poor substitute for the love and companionship he had so carelessly discarded. They both knew it was time to move on, their paths diverging like tributaries flowing into separate seas. Time, the great healer, softened the sharp edges of pain. Clara, her heart slowly mending, emerged from the wreckage of her marriage stronger and wiser. She had learned the importance of self-love, the need to prioritize her own happiness, and the courage to walk away from a love that no longer served her. Her writing flourished, her experiences fueling a raw and honest exploration of love, loss, and redemption. She had found her voice, her story resonating with readers who had experienced the complexities of love and heartbreak. She was no longer defined by the past, but empowered by it. Her journey a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The city that had borne witness to their love story continued its relentless rhythm. Clara and Daniel, forever bound by their shared past, moved on with their lives. They had both changed, shaped by the crucible of their experiences. They carried the scars of their past, but also the wisdom gained from navigating the treacherous terrain of love and loss. The city, a silent observer to their journey, held the memories of their love within its bustling streets and towering skyscrapers. Their story, a reminder that even in the face of heartbreak, hope endures, and the possibility of love, in all its messy and complicated glory, remains. The city lights shone on, a beacon of possibility in the darkness, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to love, to lose, and to love again.
In the heart of a bustling city, a vibrant tapestry of human life pulses with energy. The streets are alive with the sounds of honking cars, chattering pedestrians, and the distant hum of city life. The golden hues of the setting sun cast a warm glow over the skyscrapers, painting the city in shades of orange and pink. Amidst the cacophony, two souls, Amelia and Ethan, unexpectedly collide. It's a moment that seems orchestrated by the universe itself, a brief pause in the relentless pace of urban life. Their eyes meet across the crowded bookstore, igniting a spark in the space between them. The bookstore, with its towering shelves and the scent of aged paper, becomes a sanctuary from the outside world. Amelia, with cascading auburn hair and eyes that shimmer like emeralds, finds herself drawn to Ethan's warm brown eyes and disarming smile. She notices the way his eyes crinkle at the corners when he smiles, a genuine warmth that makes her heart flutter. He speaks first, his voice a soothing melody amidst the surrounding noise. "Hi, I'm Ethan," he says, extending a hand. Amelia takes it, feeling a jolt of electricity at the touch. They talk for hours, oblivious to the world outside the bookstore's walls, sharing dreams, aspirations, and a love for the written word. They discover a mutual passion for classic literature, and their conversation flows effortlessly, as if they've known each other for years. As the sun sets, casting long shadows across the city, they realize this is no ordinary encounter. The bookstore's warm lights create a cozy ambiance, and they find themselves lost in each other's company. Fate, it seems, has other plans. Just as they begin to imagine a future together, reality intrudes. Ethan, an aspiring journalist, faces a life-changing opportunity thousands of miles away, a prestigious assignment that could make or break his career. Amelia, on the verge of pursuing her artistic dreams, feels her heart sink at the thought of their separation. She has been accepted into a renowned art school, a dream she's chased for years. Standing on the train platform, the weight of their impending distance presses down on them. They hold each other close, trying to memorize every detail, every sensation. The sound of the approaching train is a cruel reminder of the time slipping away. As the train departs, they wave goodbye, their hearts heavy with the uncertainty of the future. They promise to stay in touch, to write letters and make phone calls, but both know that the road ahead will be challenging. They replay the memories of their brief time together, the laughter, the shared stories, and the unspoken connection that bound them. Each memory is a precious gem, a reminder of what they found in each other. The city, now cloaked in the darkness of night, continues its relentless pace. But for Amelia and Ethan, This chance encounter has left an indelible mark on their hearts, a story that will forever be a part of their lives. The early days apart for Amelia and Ethan are filled with a bittersweet mix of joy and longing. Late-night phone calls become their lifeline, their voices weaving tales of their separate lives, bridging the physical distance. Ethan's words paint vivid pictures of his new world, while Amelia's voice, filled with laughter and longing, warms his heart across the miles. They pour their hearts out in handwritten letters, each word a treasured keepsake. Amelia's artistic talent blooms, her canvases filled with vibrant colors inspired by their love and the pain of separation. Ethan's journalistic endeavors thrive, his words carrying a newfound depth, fueled by his longing for Amelia. Through it all, their love deepens, nurtured by shared dreams and whispered promises. They hold on to the belief that their love, though tested by distance, will ultimately triumph. Years pass, marked by a tapestry of phone calls, letters, and fleeting visits. The miles separating Amelia and Ethan seem insurmountable at times, a physical manifestation of the challenges they face. Misunderstandings arise, fueled by the distance and the inability to read each other's unspoken cues. Amelia's artistic career begins to flourish, her talent recognized and celebrated. Ethan's journalistic pursuits take him to distant corners of the globe, his words giving voice to the voiceless. Despite their individual successes, a part of them remains incomplete, longing for the day they can finally bridge the distance. Their love, though tested, remains a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of connection in a world that often feels too big. With each passing year, the weight of Amelia and Ethan's separation grows heavier. The joy of their phone calls becomes tinged with a quiet sadness, the unspoken question of what if hanging between them. Amelia pours her heartache into her art, her paintings reflecting the depth of her love and the pain of longing. Ethan's words, once filled with the lightness of their early days, now carry a hint of melancholy. The world, once a canvas for their shared dreams, seems to conspire against them, keeping them apart. Despite the ache in their hearts, they hold on to the fragile thread of their connection, their love the one constant in a world of constant change. Distance, a cruel teacher, forced Amelia and Ethan to confront their individual fears and insecurities. Amelia learned to navigate the complexities of the art world, her independence blossoming alongside her talent. Ethan's experiences in far-flung corners of the world instilled in him a deep empathy and a broader understanding of the human condition. Their separation, though painful, allowed them to grow as individuals, their love the invisible tether that prevented them from drifting too far apart. They learned the true meaning of patience, of cherishing the small moments of connection, and of nurturing a love that transcended physical boundaries. Time, relentless in its passage, marched on. Amelia and Ethan held on to faded photographs and cherished letters, tangible reminders of their love. They sought solace in shared memories, a stolen kiss under a starlit sky, the warmth of each other's embrace, the echo of their laughter on a summer breeze. The world continued to spin, but their love remained, a steadfast presence in their ever-changing lives. Though their paths diverged, their hearts beat in unison, bound by a love that distance couldn't diminish. Through a stroke of serendipity, a glimmer of hope emerged. Ethan, his journalistic endeavors complete, found himself drawn back to the city where their love story began. He reached out to Amelia, a simple message carrying the weight of years of unspoken longing. Amelia, her heart skipping a beat at the sight of his name, responded with a mixture of trepidation and hope. They made a promise, a vow to finally bridge the distance that had kept them apart for far too long. The anticipation was palpable, their hearts thrumming with a mix of excitement and nervous anticipation. The years had etched lines on their faces, testaments to life's triumphs and heartaches, yet as they stood facing each other, The world seemed to fade away. Time, for a moment, stood still. Amelia's emerald eyes, no longer dimmed by distance, sparkled with a familiar light. Ethan's warm brown eyes, reflecting years of experience and a love that had only deepened with time, met hers. The years melted away, replaced by a flood of memories, sweet, poignant, and filled with a love that had weathered the storms of distance and time. Ethan reached out, his hand cupping Amelia's face with a tenderness born of years of longing. Her skin was soft beneath his touch, a familiar warmth spreading through him. Amelia's hand trembled slightly as she met his touch, a lifetime of unspoken emotions surging between them. In that single touch, years of separation dissolved. The distance that had seemed insurmountable, the miles that had stretched between them, all faded into insignificance. They were home, their souls recognizing each other after a lifetime apart. They walked hand in hand through the familiar city streets, their footsteps echoing the rhythm of their reunited heartbeats. The city lights twinkled above them, mirroring the starlight that had witnessed their first encounter all those years ago. As they reached the familiar spot where their love story began, a comfortable silence settled between them. Words weren't needed, their love a tangible presence in the space they shared. The years of separation, the challenges they had faced, had only served to strengthen their bond. In that moment, surrounded by the city's vibrant energy, they knew their love story was far from over. They had weathered the storms of distance, emerged stronger and wiser from their individual journeys, and found their way back to each other. Their love, tested by time and distance, had proven its enduring power. It was a love that transcended physical boundaries, a love that whispered of hope, resilience, and the unbreakable bond between two souls destined to find each other, time and time again. Willowbrook, a quaint town nestled in the heart of the Midwest, was where Emma and Liam first met. High school sweethearts, they were the kind of couple everyone envied. Emma, with her golden hair and infectious smile, was the life of every room. Liam, the tall and quiet athlete, found solace in her laughter. Their bond seemed unbreakable, forged in the simplicity of youth and shared dreams. Long walks by the river, study sessions at the local library, and endless conversations about their future defined their days. They promised each other forever, dreaming of adventures and a life filled with love. However, life in Willowbrook was not without its challenges. Little did they know, the trials ahead would test their love in ways they could never have imagined. Emma and Liam graduated high school with stars in their eyes. They were ready to chase their dreams, albeit in different directions. Emma received a scholarship to a prestigious university in New York, while Liam was accepted into a top medical school in Chicago. The excitement of new beginnings was palpable, but so was the looming shadow of separation. Emma thrived in New York, her creativity blossoming amidst the chaos of the city. Liam, immersed in his studies, found solace in the structured environment of medical school. Their love was strong, but maintaining it across miles proved challenging. Weekend trips, late-night calls, and handwritten letters became their lifelines. Yet the demands of their careers began to take a toll. Emma's success in writing led to longer hours and more responsibilities. Liam's rigorous schedule left him exhausted and often unavailable. Slowly, the once constant communication began to dwindle. The very dreams that brought them joy began to pull them apart. As Emma and Liam delved deeper into their respective careers, the strain on their relationship intensified. Emma's writing career soared, with her name becoming synonymous with poignant storytelling. Her success, however, came at a cost. The deadlines, the constant need to produce, and the networking events left her with little time for anything else. Liam, too, was making strides in his field. His dedication to medicine was unwavering, and his professors took notice. He was offered a residency at a renowned hospital, a dream come true. But the long hours, the emotional toll of patient care, and the relentless pace of the medical world left him drained. Their conversations, once filled with dreams and laughter, now revolved around schedules and missed opportunities. Emma found herself questioning their future, while Liam clung to the hope that they would find their way back to each other. The love that once flowed so freely now felt like a trickle, struggling to survive amidst the chaos of their lives. The foundation of their relationship was about to be tested in ways they could never have anticipated. Emma's affair started innocently enough. Long nights spent talking about their work, shared moments of laughter, and eventually, stolen glances that spoke volumes. She was drawn to the newness, the excitement, and the understanding that this new man offered. The affair provided a temporary escape from her reality. Emma felt alive in a way she hadn't in years, but with each stolen moment, the guilt grew. She loved Liam, but the distance and the constant pressures had created a void she didn't know how to fill. The affair was a band-aid on a gaping wound, providing temporary relief but no real healing. Liam, busy with his residency, remained oblivious to Emma's betrayal. He trusted her implicitly, never doubting her love for him. Emma struggled with her emotions, torn between the life she had built with Liam and the newfound connection that offered a reprieve from her loneliness. The longer she delayed, the more she risked everything she held dear. The breaking point came sooner than she expected. Liam's world came crashing down as the truth began to unravel. Liam was blindsided by the revelation of Emma's affair. He felt a mix of disbelief, anger, and profound sadness. The woman he loved, who he thought loved him, had been unfaithful. Confronting Emma was one of the hardest things Liam had ever done. Emma, caught in her own web of guilt and shame, struggled to find the words. She had no excuses that could justify her actions, only a deep sorrow for the pain she had caused. The conversation was raw and painful. Liam demanded to know the details to understand how their love had been so easily discarded. Emma, through tears, tried to explain her loneliness, the pressures, and the connection she had felt with the other man. The betrayal was too deep, the hurt too profound to be easily mended. The road ahead seemed uncertain, with reconciliation feeling more like a distant dream than a possible reality. The days following the discovery were some of the darkest for both Emma and Liam. Liam grappled with a whirlwind of emotions. Anger, betrayal, sorrow, they all vied for dominance in his heart. Emma, on the other hand, was drowning in regret. She understood the gravity of her actions, the irrevocable damage she had caused. Their communication, once so natural and effortless, was now strained and awkward. Liam couldn't look at Emma without seeing the betrayal, and Emma couldn't speak without feeling the weight of her guilt. Every attempt at reconciliation seemed to push them further apart. The final confrontation came one evening when Liam, unable to bear the silence, demanded to know if there was any hope left for them. Emma, through tears, confessed her love for him and her deep regret. But Liam, his heart still raw from the betrayal, couldn't see a way forward. They parted ways, each carrying the weight of their memories and the hope that time would mend what was broken. The decision to separate was both a relief and a heartbreak. For Liam, it meant an end to the constant reminders of betrayal, but it also meant letting go of the woman he still loved deeply. For Emma, it was a chance to reflect on her actions and the profound impact they had on her life. Liam threw himself into his work, using the demands of his residency as a distraction. But no matter how busy he kept, the nights were the hardest. Emma moved to a small cottage, away from the hustle and bustle of her previous life. The separation, though painful, had given them the space to grow and reflect. The path to reconciliation was neither quick nor easy. It began with small gestures, tentative steps toward rebuilding trust. Emma reached out first, a simple letter apologizing once more and expressing her hope for a future where they could at least be friends. Liam, initially hesitant, eventually responded. Their correspondence, though cautious, marked the beginning of a new chapter. Their letters became a safe space for honesty. They shared their thoughts, their regrets, and their hopes. Emma spoke of her time in the cottage, the lessons she had learned, and the changes she had made. Liam wrote about his experiences in the hospital, the strength he found in his work, and the gradual healing of his heart. The written words allowed them to reconnect without the immediate pressure of face-to-face interaction. Over time, their letters gave way to phone calls. The conversations were awkward at first, but gradually, the familiarity returned. They began to see that despite the hurt and betrayal, the love they had shared was still there, waiting to be rediscovered. The turning point came when Liam suggested they meet in person. Just as Emma and Liam were finding their way back to each other, life threw another challenge their way. Emma was diagnosed with a serious illness. The news was devastating. Emma faced her diagnosis head-on. Liam rushed to be by her side. His medical training couldn't prepare him for the emotional toll. He vowed to support her. The days were long and challenging. Emma underwent rigorous treatment. Liam was there for every appointment. Their relationship found new strength in adversity. They discovered a resilience they hadn't known they possessed. With Emma's health gradually improving, she and Liam found themselves on the brink of a new beginning. The trials they had endured forged a bond stronger than any they had known before. They had faced betrayal, separation, and illness, and through it all, they had discovered the true depth of their love. It was not the naive love of their youth, but a matured, resilient love that had been tested and proven. Their renewed relationship was built on a foundation of trust, honesty, and mutual respect. They communicated openly, shared their fears and hopes, and supported each other's dreams. Emma continued to write, her experiences adding depth and authenticity to her stories. Liam, now a successful doctor, found joy in his work and in the life they were rebuilding together. The couple decided to return to Willowbrook, the place where their love story began. Together, they had traversed the landscapes of heartache and healing, and now they stood together, stronger and more in love than ever before. Metroville, a city that never sleeps, a kaleidoscope of human dreams and urban grit. This metropolis is a living, breathing entity, pulsating with the energy of millions of souls who call it home. By day, it is a hive of activity, with people rushing to and fro, each with their own purpose, their own story. But it is at night that Metroville truly comes alive, revealing its dual nature in the glow of neon lights and the shadows they cast. Towering skyscrapers pierce the heavens, reflecting the ambition that thrums through the city's veins. These architectural marvels are not just buildings, they are symbols of human achievement, each one telling a story of dreams realized and aspirations yet to be fulfilled. The skyline is a testament to the relentless pursuit of progress, a visual representation of the city's heartbeat. As the sun sets, these giants of steel and glass transform into beacons of light, guiding the way for those who wander the streets below. Below, a vibrant tapestry of humanity unfolds. Street vendors hawking their wares, musicians pouring their souls into each note, lovers stealing kisses in hidden alleys. The streets are alive with the sounds of life, a symphony of voices, laughter, and the occasional cry of despair. Each corner of the city has its own unique flavor, its own rhythm. The street vendors, with their colorful stalls, offer a glimpse into the diverse cultures that coexist in this urban jungle. Musicians, both seasoned and aspiring, fill the air with melodies that resonate with the hopes and dreams of the city's inhabitants. And in the quiet corners, away from the hustle and bustle, love finds a way to bloom, even in the most unexpected places. Yet beneath the dazzling facade lurks a darker side. Crime festers in the shadows, a constant reminder of the fragility of peace. The same alleys that witness tender moments of love also harbor danger and deceit. The neon lights that illuminate the streets also cast long, ominous shadows where illicit activities thrive. Police sirens are a common sound, a stark reminder that beneath the surface of this vibrant city lies a world of chaos and uncertainty. The struggle between light and dark is a constant battle, one that shapes the lives of those who dwell in Metroville. And it is in this world of stark contrast that our story unfolds, a tale of two hearts bound by duty, tested by danger, and united by love. In the midst of the city's chaos, two individuals find each other, their paths crossing in the most unexpected of ways. Their journey is one of courage and resilience, as they navigate the complexities of their own lives while facing the challenges that the city throws at them. Their love is a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, light can find a way to shine through. This is a story of love and loss, of dreams and despair, of hope and redemption. It is a story that could only take place in a city like Metroville, where the lines between reality and fantasy blur, and where every moment is a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Officer Jack Thompson, a man of unwavering integrity and quiet strength. Raised in Metroville's working-class district, Jack knew the city's pulse like the back of his hand. He joined the police force not for glory or recognition, but out of a deep-seated desire to protect the innocent and uphold justice. His compassion was his compass, guiding him through the labyrinthine streets and the darkest corners of the human soul. Detective Sarah Walker, a woman of sharp intellect and fiery determination. Haunted by a childhood tragedy, Sarah dedicated her life to ensuring that no one else would endure the pain she carried. Driven by an unyielding thirst for justice, she rose through the ranks of the Metroville Police Department with unwavering focus. Her analytical mind dissected every clue, her intuition a beacon leading her closer to the truth. Fate, it seemed, had a plan for Jack and Sarah. Their paths, though different, were destined to intertwine. A late-night robbery call brought them face to face, the chaos of the scene strangely muted by the instant connection they felt. As sirens wailed and the city held its breath, a spark ignited between them, a flicker of warmth in the cold reality of their jobs. Their budding connection was soon put to the test. A devastating bombing rocked Metroville, tearing through the heart of the city and leaving a trail of destruction and despair. Jack and Sarah, thrown together in the aftermath of the tragedy, found themselves united by their shared grief and their unwavering determination to bring the perpetrators to justice. As they delved deeper into the investigation, Jack and Sarah uncovered a tangled web of deceit, leading them down a dangerous path fraught with uncertainty and suspicion. The lines between right and wrong blurred, and the weight of their badges grew heavier with each passing day. Trust became a luxury they could scarcely afford, even with each other. The investigation took a devastating turn when the mastermind behind the bombing was revealed to be someone Jack had considered a friend, a fellow officer he had trusted with his life. The betrayal shook him to his core, forcing him to confront the harsh reality that even those sworn to uphold the law could succumb to darkness. The chase was on, a desperate race against time to apprehend the fugitive bomber before he could strike again. Jack and Sarah, their hearts heavy with the weight of their duty and their burgeoning love for each other, found themselves facing insurmountable odds, their courage tested at every turn. In a final, heart-stopping confrontation, Jack found himself staring down the barrel of his former friend's gun. Time seemed to stand still as he looked into the eyes of the man he once trusted, his heart torn between duty and disbelief. Just as the trigger was pulled, Sarah leaped in front of Jack, taking the bullet meant for him. The aftermath of the bombing and the near-fatal shooting left scars, both physical and emotional. As Sarah fought for her life, Jack kept vigil by her side, his heart filled with gratitude for her sacrifice and terror at the thought of losing her. Slowly, painstakingly, they began to heal, their bond strengthened by the shared trauma and the depth of their love. Time, the great healer, slowly mended the wounds. Jack and Sarah emerged from the crucible of the bombing, their love for each other more profound and resilient than ever. They carried the scars of the past, not as reminders of pain, but as testaments to their strength and the enduring power of love. As they walked hand in hand into the sunrise of a new day, they knew that their journey together was far from over. They were partners in life, partners in love, their hearts forever bound to the city they swore to protect.